Tonight we are looking at the British educational animated series based on the Biff, Chip and Kipper stories. Yes, it is the Magic Key. The series focuses on the lives of the Robinson children and their friends and family and their dog Floppy. Floppy has a golden key on his collar, and that key does strange things whenever one of the children asks it a question, and Floppy then wishes for it. The show only lasted for 1 season and 26 episodes and aired from 2000 on BBC Two. So now that we have the background, let's take a look at a couple of episodes. First up we have HMS Sweet Tooth. So at home, the kids are burying the treasure as one of the kids hides in the bushes with Floppy. Floppy wags his tail as one of the kids asks how it is important to know when to stop, as the other kid is angry with him as Floppy rushes towards the gang. The gang rush off as Biff says it is important to know when to stop as Floppy digs for the treasure. Wilf says there is no treasure there as Floppy finds a bone. Biff teaches Floppy about stopping as Wilf is after the pirates, as Biff tells Floppy when to stop as she dreams up some things. Wilf is confused about what is in Biff's hand as the full stop comes alive and flies around. We then see a note as the kids read it. They are confused by it as the full stop breaks himself in half and puts himself on the note. The kids read the note again as they understand what the note really means. Wilf can't believe the pirates ate all the chocolate as they go after them. So we head to Floppy's kennel as the full stop comes back and wakes him up. The full stop flies around as Floppy chases it. The full stop then goes on the sign as Floppy talks about the full stop. He reads his sign as he then goes to bed. So at home Mom is wondering where all the chocolate has gone as Biff is annoyed she didn't get any. The other kids join in as Mom tells them where Dad's secret pile is as Biff goes off to get some. Wilf and Floppy go to help as Biff sees all the chocolate in the cupboard. They take it all as Wilf tells Biff to put some back as Floppy barks at Biff as Wilf gets angry. They get into an argument as Floppy then wishes for them to stop as the key goes off. They get teleported away to a pirate ship as we see the captain as he is talking about his treasure of chocolate. Biff is excited as she wants some as the captain is tired as he goes off to go to bed. He tells the kids not to open the door, otherwise enemy pirates will arrive. But Biff doesn't listen as Wilf is annoyed with her as Biff needs the chocolate. She opens the door as the smell goes everywhere as the crew go to tell the captain. So we see some bad pirates as they are happy they can smell chocolate as Wilf closes the door. All of a sudden the pirates attack as the gang hide. The crew gets tossed overboard as the bad pirates take over. The good pirates go off as the bad pirates look for the chocolate. The gang get shocked as the pirates come in. They kidnap Wilf as Biff hides away. So Biff and Floppy have to save Wilf as they go out. Wilf is trapped as Floppy then licks him clean. Biff lowers the lifeboat as it then wakes up the pirates. They go to stop the kids as Wilf and Floppy get trapped again. The pirates then tell them to walk the plank as Biff then pulls the plug on the ship as it goes down. Wilf and Floppy jump onto the lifeboat as the pirates sink away. They row away as they get back onto the good ship as the pirates are surrounded by sharks. So at the island, they greet the good pirates as they celebrate. Biff admits she was at fault as the captain says he hates chocolate as he gives his remaining lot to Biff as he goes to get some bananas. The crew join in as Floppy gets hit as the key glows away. They head home as the pirates come in. Dad comes downstairs as Biff and Wilf worry about his chocolate. Biff goes off to get some new chocolate for Dad as Dad comes and talks to the kids. Dad can't find his chocolate as Biff comes in with some new chocolate as Dad then shares it out. But Biff doesn't want any as the kids pressure her to have some. They all laugh as back in the garden, the sailors are still playing with the pirates as they then get swarmed by some full stops. The gang can't believe it as Biff talks about the full stops. The gang find some words as the full stops finish the sentences. It is all very educational as the gang then crash into each other as the final sentence then comes up. The full stop goes into place as the gang read the sentence. The episode then ends on that note. Next up we have Lug and the giant storks. So the gang are walking to the shop as Kipper explains that Floppy is hungry for some food as Kipper explains they're going to make a cake as they then arrive to the corner shop. They talk about the sign and how it is always in capital letters as Kipper explains why. They head inside as Mom explains what they need as Nadim then greets Kipper as Nadim is sad. He explains he wrote all the signs but no one seems to be buying stuff. Kipper then comes up with an idea to write them all in capital letters as Nadim goes to write them all again. So Mom goes to pay as the duo write all the signs out again. The family head off as Mom then spots a wak. She says she has been wanting a big wak for years as it gets a little strange. Mom says she never noticed the items before as she then buys everything. Kipper is then happy as Nadim then laughs. So at home, Floppy heads to his kennel as he spots his sign is missing the F. Everyone makes jokes about Floppy being called Loppy as Chip asks where the F has gone. Floppy then goes to find the F in a letter world as he needs a capital. He finds the letter as it then goes onto the kennel sign. Floppy then goes to sleep as we then see Biff making some cake as she is making a mess. It goes all over Wilma's top as Biff rushes off. Wilf comes over and knocks over the cake mix as the gang can't believe it as Floppy licks it all up as Kipper suggests putting the cake mix in the wok. Wilma cleans up as she suggests the wok as Kipper is angry for being ignored. He storms off as Floppy then makes a wish. The key goes off as the gang get teleported away. So in space, Kipper and Floppy are flying a ship as Wilma is scared. They spot a planet as they then go to land. They spot some giant storks as they are flying around. Kipper is confused as they go to hide. The stork takes the ship with Wilma inside as Kipper can't believe it. The stork places the ship in its nest. Kipper can't believe it as Floppy says it is a big problem. Kipper shouts as some gnome comes out and says he is always being ignored as Kipper is confused as the space elf introduces himself as he shows off. He asks for Kipper's name as the space elf asks what they want to do as Kipper says they have to save Wilma as he cries. Floppy then smells something as the space elf says everything will be fine as we then see the storks open up the ship and scare Wilma. The storks take Wilma to their baby as Wilma cries for help. She gets away as she is then scared of heights as she screams for Kipper. Kipper asks the elf for help as Floppy finds some water. His ears grow big as Kipper can't believe it as the elf laughs. He explains it is the bubble puddle as Floppy's ears then shrinks again. Kipper says it could work on him as the elf says he has to be under 100 years old to use it as Kipper says he is 5. Kipper gets his foot wet as he jumps straight in. He grows huge as he goes to save Wilma. He takes the elf on an adventure as the storks are scared. Wilma is confused on how Kipper is big as he tries to save Wilma. The storks won't let Wilma go as the space elf dances. The storks are impressed as Wilma gets away. Kipper shrinks as the elf throws his flag away. Kipper is happy as the elf plays with the storks. The key glows again as they head home and have some nice cake. They all argue about who can have the first piece as Wilma says Kipper can have the first piece as Kipper places the flag on the cake as everyone is happy. So at the letter land, everyone is looking at letters as Wilma throws one around. They toss letters around as Wilma wants a capital N. Wilf is annoyed with Wilma as they swap letters around. They say goodbye as they mention big things get noticed as they hold up the end. Floppy is tired as the episode then ends. Finally we have Fraser the Eraser. So at home Kipper is drawing a house for Floppy as he then talks about Miss May and how she said you can use words to make a picture as Kipper is confused. He gets it all over Floppy's nose as he then shakes it everywhere. Chip comes in and mocks the house as Kipper then says he will make it big as Wilma then comes in and tells Kipper to make it pink. Dad then walks in and tells him to make it scary. Floppy gets scared as Kipper paints away. Kipper says Miss May is right as Dad is angry with the paint on the wall. So Floppy is relaxing in his kennel as he says he must go for a walk but feels tired, so suggests describing a walk instead, so he explains what he can see and hear on a walk. He spots a muddy hole as he sees a huge bone. Floppy then says he will go for a walk as he dashes off. So Gran is drawing away as Mom calls the kids in for tea. Floppy goes to run in but Kipper stops him as Gran says she isn't finished yet as she then shows off her drawing as Kipper says it isn't right as he says it is the wrong tree as Floppy is hungry. Kipper and Gran get into an argument about what type of tree they saw. Kipper is annoyed as Floppy then wishes once more. The key glows as the gang get teleported to his drawing. Gran is confused as Kipper says this is his drawing. Some crayons come over as they color in the picture. The wind picks up as we then see Fraser the Eraser as he is rubbing everything out. Kipper goes flying into the water as Fraser is angry as the crayons go to hide as Gran gets angry. Fraser grabs Gran as Floppy goes into the water as Kipper is angry with Fraser. Fraser wants something good to rub out as he chucks Gran into the void. Kipper says they have to stop Fraser as the crayons are confused. Kipper says they have to make something to eat him up as the crayons are confused. Kipper suggests making a beast as the pink one suggests copying Floppy. Floppy is annoyed as the crayons draw Floppy. Kipper is confused as the fake Floppy scares the real Floppy as the crayons say they need to be very clear on what they want. The wind then picks up once more as the eraser is on the rampage. The crayons hide as Fraser rubs out the fake Floppy as he says he wants something better as Floppy is annoyed. Kipper says he wants Gran back as the pink crayon wants better instructions. Kipper gives more instructions for a scarier beast as the crayons get to work. The blue one comes over as she moans about just being the sky as she cries. Kipper says she can help as the crayons have finished the drawing. It scares everyone as Kipper gives instructions to the beast to scare Fraser. Fraser then arrives as he gets scared by the beast. Everyone cheers as Blue is still sad as she says once the beast gets Fraser, he will just rub him out as Kipper agrees. The blue crayon says they need to think about the sea as Kipper says Fraser doesn't like getting wet as the beast then captures Fraser. Blue draws some rain as Fraser says he hates getting wet as Kipper cheers her on. Fraser gives up as Kipper tells Blue to stop as he goes to save Gran. Fraser cries as he then explains himself. The crayons aren't happy as Kipper comes up with an idea. Fraser likes that idea as everyone cheers as the pink crayon gives Kipper an umbrella as the key then glows as they go home. So Gran is still drawing away as Kipper says it is just right as Kipper puts the umbrella on the page. Mom calls them in for dinner as Floppy dashes in. So Mom serves up as Kipper says Teddy is sticky and delicious as Chip and Biff are confused. They say that isn't the right words to describe Teddy as they then spit some correct words. Wilf and Wilma come over as they are in time for pudding as Kipper wants some more words for Teddy. They say some more words as Kipper asks Mom for a word. She says smelly as Kipper says that is wrong. Mom goes to find another word as she says grubby. Kipper isn't happy with that one either as Wilf then says terrific as Kipper loves that word as Floppy then loves the pudding. Kipper repeats the words as everyone cheers. Mom then serves up as Kipper then tells us to think about a door. He keeps changing the describing words as the door changes. They then open the door as the gang are there. They shout the end as the episode then ends on that note. In conclusion, the Magic Key was a very good show. The stories were great and using the Magic Key to go anywhere and tell silly stories was a great idea. The cast was great and each character was unique and brought their own personality to the table. I like Floppy the dog and his Magic Key as that is the unique selling point of this show and overall it worked really well. Even though they only have 12 minutes or so to tell the story, they got a lot packed into those 12 minutes. I also enjoyed the educational aspect of the show as each show taught us something different ranging from words to punctuation. So therefore I would recommend the Magic Key as it was a great show. So thank you for watching. If you have any TV shows you like to see me do, put them in the comments.